Hello to everyone. I'm Lieutenant Colonel, the Reverend Canon Catherine Askew. I'm a member of the Anglican Military Ordinariate. So in the Canadian Forces, we have military chaplains, Anglican military chaplains in the regular force, so the full-time, and in the reserves, which is more part-time ministry. We have about 60 Anglican chaplains in the military ordinariate, so we're quite a large body of Anglican chaplains. I've been a military chaplain now for 23 years, and I also had some prior service as a clerk when I was just out of high school. So I wanted to share with you a little bit about what's happening. This photo is me holding the Canadian Forces Eagle Staff. So for the past 25 years or so, the Canadian Forces has been doing a lot more to recognize the full diversity of people, and especially doing a lot of work in reconciliation. So we have the Eagle Staff, which travels to many of our important ceremonies, and there's only about 30 of us in the Canadian Forces, which is about 100,000 people in total, who are trained to carry the Eagle Staff. So I'm quite honored to be one of those people. It's quite heavy, and you have to balance it on your shoe. So it's about 40 pounds, and balanced on your shoe for an hour. So I was soaking my foot that night, but it was an incredible honor to do that. So in the military, my job is that I'm the command chaplain for the Air Force. So I'm the senior chaplain of all the Air Force chaplains in the Canadian Forces from coast to coast to coast. And many of our chaplains travel overseas to places like Latvia and the Ukraine, and different parts of the world. Myself, I was deployed twice in support of Afghanistan. So that's just a little bit about me. What I also wanted to share with you is that you may want to share with your communities that we have Indigenous entry programs. Many of those are summer programs. One of them is here in Alberta, in Wainwright, and it's called Bold Eagle, and it's been running for 40 years. And it's a great exposure program for youth. There's no obligation, but if you choose to, you can join the Canadian Forces at the end of the program. And then we have programs in Victoria with the Navy, in New Brunswick, in Quebec, and in Ontario. And a newer program that we have is at the Royal Military College of Canada. And this may be of particular interest to some of your youth. It's called the Indigenous Leadership Opportunity Year. And it's for youth coming from particularly communities where some of your high schools may not have the advanced science and math, and maybe having some more difficulties getting into some universities. So it's a bridge year. There's no obligation. You don't sign a contract. You get paid every month. You get room and board, about $1,000 a month pay. And it's a full year. And if you choose to, at the end, you can leave. You can become a student at the Royal Military College of Canada and then become an officer in the Canadian Forces. Or you can leave and apply to a civilian university and continue on with your life. But you've had that top-up of education, you've had pay, and it's just a great opportunity. So if any of you are interested in finding out about that, you can ask me about that. So I think that's about all I want to say right now, because this is a little impromptu for me to be up here. But I'm really happy to be with all of you. I'm happy to take all of my experience here back to the military, because recognizing the full diversity of people supporting people and bringing their full, authentic selves to work is what we are trying to do in the military, because we recognized early in COVID that we had a very toxic culture, and it was making us very fragile. And when we recognize who people really are, that's what makes us stronger. So thank you very much, Miigwech.